Greetings, everybody. This is Winnie Wriggle, and welcome back to Direwolf20's 1.16 Modpack Let's Play. We're in episode 6, and as you can see behind me, I've added a little bit more to our base. This is our new ore processing area. Isn't it great? I've used the granite. I'm still in love with the granite. It's so good. So I just extended the pathway around, so we're kind of faded from the weathered limestone back into the granite for the workshop area. And we'll continue this kind of building inside and heading down inside the side of the mountain until we get to the next level of the ravine. But you might notice there are no ore processing machines in here. That's because that's what we're going to do today. So I have a bunch of materials in my inventory ready for crafting up machines. I also took a little trip back over to the dungeon, which, if you will recall, is just a little bit to our north and east. I mainly wanted to retrieve vines because we'll need them in a recipe for the crafting we need to do today. I also rescued the blocks of emerald that I saw in the video footage. There were 8 blocks of emerald in total. That is quite a haul for a dungeon run. So let's get to crafting. We are going to be using blocks from the thermal series to do our ore doubling. And specifically, we'll be making a pulverizer, a redstone furnace to cook them after they've been ground up. And I'm also going to make a sawmill. This sawmill is so that I can make cardboard boxes from mechanism. And with a cardboard box from mechanism, we can make the world's most amazing mob farm. But first, let's ore double. Each of the machines, the pulverizer, the sawmill, and the redstone furnace, are going to have a couple of things that are in common. They all need a machine frame, they all need a redstone flux coil, they all need 2 copper gears. So let's go ahead and make those components first. So we need 3 machine frames. They require 10 gears, so we need 3 10 gears. And I should have the rest of the things in my inventory, so there's our 3 machine frames. We need 6 copper gears and 3 redstone flux coils. Ooh, plenty of those. And then I believe for our pulverizer, we need a piston. Make one of those. For the sawmill, we need a saw blade. That's just iron and copper. And for the redstone furnace, we need 2 bricks. So now I think we have all the components we need to make a pulverizer, a sawmill, and a redstone furnace. Yeah. In order to run these machines, of course, we're going to need power. And I think we're going to stick to the thermal series for that as well by making one of these, a Stirling dynamo. Also a fairly easy recipe. We do need an iron gear, a redstone flux coil, and I think that's it. We have stone. Yeah, Stirling dynamo. That should be enough power to keep us going at a slow, steady pace to start with. There are all kinds of things you can burn in a Stirling dynamo. So if we right click on it and go to the recipes, you can see you can burn blaze powder, coal, of course, sulfur dust, sawdust, warped log tiles. Sure. Okay, we have all of our machines and we have a power source for them. Now we need a way to get the power from the Stirling dynamo into our furnace, sawmill, and pulverizer. And the way we're going to do that is with refined pipes. I think we're just going to make a few basic energy pipes, and they are very simple. It's glass, blocks of redstone, and some iron. Let's make 4 of those. So now we have 24 basic energy pipes to connect all the things. So now we have our 3 machines, pipes to connect them, and a power source. Let's go test it out. We're headed over to the new ore processing area. Here we go, and I think we're just going to set up here right in front of this wall. These blocks, by the way, are made from a mod called Structurized. I love this mod. The recipes are super simple. The first thing you need to do in order to use Structurized is to make a build tool. It's just a cobblestone and a couple of sticks. And then you use that tool in a crafting table, combining it with different blocks to get the Structurized planks. And there are, as you can see, a bazillion different combinations of awesome in terms of the building blocks that you can create. So for this wall, I took dark oak and wrapped it in spruce. Okay, let's set up our machines. I believe our Stirling dynamo, let's do this. And then we're gonna take the pipes like this. And we're gonna put the coal in the Stirling dynamo and it's gonna start generating power. It's probably filling up the pipes, yeah, 3K RF each. And then it'll fill its own power storage. So the beauty of the thermal series machines is that you can augment them by adding upgrades. Right now, we're just gonna leave this at the default. This is capable of producing 40 RF a tick. What we want to do is just put our pulverizer and our furnace down. And then I'm going to stick the sawmill on the end. We'll get to that in just a minute. And then because I want this to be an ore processing, kind of an automated ore processing system, I'm going to stick a chest on top of the pulverizer and a chest on top of the furnace, so that I theoretically can throw my ores when I come mining into the chest on top of the pulverizer. They'll go into the pulverizer, get crushed up, and then go into the furnace to be cooked, and then spit out as ingots in the chest on top of the furnace. So here's how we set that up. If we go into the UI on the configuration tab over on the right, so we're in the pulverizer, what we want to do is input items from the top. So blue is in and orange is out, and we want to send them out to the right. So it'll go in from the top, out to the right. We want to make sure that auto input is enabled and that auto output is enabled. Again, on the redstone furnace, we want to make sure auto input is enabled, auto output is enabled, and that the out or orange side is to the top so that our finished ingots get spit out into the chest on top. So our pulverizer has filled up with power. Our furnace is in the process of filling up with power. And if I stick some iron ore in the chest on top of the pulverizer, you can see it got pulled into the pulverizer. It's going to crush it up. Ore doubling. So for every ore, we'll get 2 iron dusts. And then why are you not sending that out? Maybe I need to tell this to go in here. Ah, yes. So you do have to turn on the left side of the redstone furnace. That's this piece of the interface right here, so that it accepts the dusts that are coming out of the pulverizer. Yes, ore automation. I'm very excited about this. Next up is the sawmill, and why on earth I would have gone ahead and created one of these right now. Well, 2 reasons. One, you get a lot more wood for your buck when you use a sawmill. So instead of getting 4 logs, I get 6, and I get a bonus output called sawdust. What use is sawdust, you ask? Well, 4 of them lets you make a cardboard box. Why a cardboard box, Winnie? What's so special about that? Cardboard boxes are magic. Okay, not really magic, but I'll show you what's cool about them. You can take a cardboard box, put it on top of a block, pick it up, and it picks up the block. And it tells you what's inside of it. So in this case, we picked up the stone cutter with a cardboard box, and then you use it to set it down. And then shift right click removes the box, which is totally reusable. And you may be asking yourself, okay, that's cool, but really? Why is that important? Let me show you. Here is my project chest. I've put all the resources we were using for crafting in earlier. Guess what? I could take a cardboard box, put it on top of it, pick it up, and all the resources are in there. Well, it tells me it's an iron chest. I can set it back down over here, shift right click to remove the box, and look, there's my iron chest back with all of its resources. And that's really cool, you say, because yeah, if you're moving a lot of stuff, it's a very useful thing to do. So far, I haven't had any issues moving chests full of objects. But what if I wanted to move a spawner? Or 10, like the ones we found in the dungeon. That's right. I'm going to make a bunch of cardboard boxes and run over to the dungeon and pick up a lot of the spawners. But I did also find a lone zombie spawner out here in the woods. And I thought it would be a great one to test our cardboard boxes on. So let me run over here. And this was just a plain dungeon I found while caving underneath the base. Here, a simple vanilla zombie spawner. We're just gonna chuck a cardboard box on it. Use a pick to pick up the spawner. And look at that! There's a spawner in a box! I can put it anywhere! This is the coolest thing! No longer do I have to dig out a room and make a mob spawner and walk over here every time I want to use the spawner. No, I can just bring the spawner back to the base and make a mob farm with it. And if I can make a mob farm with one spawner, just think what I can do with 7 or 8 of them. Soon we'll have all the things. So just as our test, if I set the spawner down right here, shift right click to get rid of the box, there is the zombie spawner. Working perfectly. Oh, it's the best ever. It's probably dangerous to leave the spawner out here, so I'm going to put it away in a chest. So we've made some good progress today in terms of automation, along with our ore doubling. We also have a mechanism now to pick up spawners and bring them here. So the next area of the base that I will clear out is for a mob farm. But that'll have to wait to another day. I think that's all we have time for. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, leave a like. If you'd like to keep up with what's going on in the channel, don't hesitate to subscribe. And remember, as always, you are the shiny stuff that awesome is made of. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.